Hello, folks. I figured today, I would one of those personal videos that I plan on doing every 2 weeks, and I figured today I would just talk about how I reacted to the diagnosis of bipolar disorder type 2. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably in the midst of a depressive episode. I mean, I can tell you, I spent like a few extra hours in bed because I didn't want to get up. But I'm probably in the midst of it, and like about 30 minutes before I even started this video, I almost started crying for no reason. And so, anyway, how I reacted to the diagnosis of bipolar disorder type 2. I mean, when I was there, when he first psychiatrist pretty much first said that, yeah, you have it. I mean, just looking at how you were, you have it. And when he first kind of said that, you know, I I'll be honest, I really didn't care. I didn't really care. I mean, I was, pretty much bouncing off the walls in his office. To be perfectly honest, I was hypomanic. I was pretty manic or hypomanic, whatever you want to call it. But let's just say I was pretty hypomanic when I was in his office. I mean, and he could tell I was trying my best to, keep it together and try to stay still, but I kept looking around the room and getting distracted. I was just really energetic. I couldn't sit still, and I kept getting distracted and stuff like that. And I kind of had a little trouble focusing a little bit. And he pretty much he pretty much saw that, and he pretty much saw that, and he was like, you look to be in a hypomanic state right now. And I was like, that obvious? And he was just like, yeah, because I was trying to hold it together. And so when he gave me the diagnosis, I really didn't care. I was just like, who cares? Whatever, woohoo, who cares? Because like I said, I was in hypomanic, and I just didn't care. I was like, who cares? Woo, this is awesome. Everything's, when I'm in that state, nothing brings me down at all. Things make me angry, but nothing brings me down. And so I was kind of like that. That's how I first reacted. But then there was like a secondary reaction. It wasn't until I got home, and it wasn't until about a few hours till I got home, and I would say probably about 3 or 4 hours after I got home, and that's when it really sunk in, and that's when it really really hit me. That's when it finally came, and it just hit me like a freaking freight train, and when it did and it sunk in, it hit hard. I mean, it really, it really, really made me upset. I got really pissed off. I got really angry and upset and just really pissed and angry at the diagnosis. Additionally, I got really depressed from that too. I just felt angry and depressed, and the standard thing, where it was just like, oh, this is not fair. This is not fair. This sucks. I'm gonna have to take medication for the rest of my life. You know, oh, people are gonna think I'm crazy, and all that good stuff. That kind of started going through my head, and so I was really pissed off and just really irritable and depressed at the same time for about a few days. And for me, that's kind of the secondary reaction. That's kind of how I was like for a few days. I just couldn't, was like still in disbelief and shock. And it sucked because I had like a mid-year review at work. They always evaluate you mid-year, and now I'm at work, and I had to pretend and try to act like I'm okay, and that was tough. And I was still about a day or two removed from that diagnosis, and so I was still shell shocked. And that's how I reacted. It wasn't a good reaction at all. And for me, the biggest thing that kind of hit me because it's like I kind of went through some stages of death, like denial, anger, and maybe it's something else. Maybe I'm just quirky, and kind of some of the stages like that, um, and pretty much for me, the biggest thing was I kind of had just an identity crisis when I was diagnosed. I had like a big identity crisis. I mean, like I didn't know who the hell I was anymore. I was like, who am I now? I mean, what or who am I? Am I the crazy guy who I was for like at that time for the past 3 weeks, where I'm just all over the place? I'm really energetic and everything's great. Am I that really irritable guy, the angry guy? Am I horribly depressed guy who can't even get out of bed? Who am I? What? And it's like, what? I don't even know what normal is anymore. What? And I had like this just big identity crisis, and well, yeah, and I'm doing, and where I'm at now is that I'm doing better now. I mean, I begrudgingly accepted, but I accepted. It doesn't mean I like it, but I accept it now. And when I went to see my counselor, I told her all this, and she said, "Why would you want to be something else?" I was just hoping that he would say, maybe I'm just quirky, or maybe it'd be something not as bad. And she was like, "You can look at it." She pretty much told me, "You can look at it the way you can look at it as bipolar too. You can look at it as quirky. It's all in your perspective." And I was telling her about my identity, how I was kind of having this identity crisis. She explained it really well, that let me tell you something. In your mind, I was like, go ahead, shoot. And she just said, you're the guy who is in this office bouncing off the walls and cannot being able to sit still. A few weeks ago, you're this guy right now that I see. You're the guy who went to pharmacy school. You're this other guy. You're all of them. And she pretty much said that you're all of those, and that you're all of them. And she said that it's kind of foolish. She's like, it's foolish to kind of just take a piece of you and just say that's the whole. And when I thought about that, I was like, she's right. All that is a part of me. It's all me. I mean, bipolar is this disorder is somewhat. It's a part of me, but it's not who I am. It's just a little piece of me, and think my counselor really kind of helped me realize that. So yeah, but that's how I reacted to the diagnosis. I mean, like I said, didn't care at first. I was just hypermanic, I tell. And then I just got really angry and just depressed about it. I did not take it well. And now, like I said, now I'm at a point where I don't like it, but I accept it. And I'm not gonna let it hold me back, even though I'm in a really, really bad depressive episode, and all those horrible thoughts are back. I think you kind of see my face and my monotone voice, but that's just how I reacted to it, everyone. And thanks, people, for watching.